What we got here, man?
So right now we have our full electronic and kind of Mec-All accessory kit for you guys. We got our easy charger, we have our Mec check over here, and we also have our Mec easy adjust. Very simple products to install, and we're going to take and upload YouTube videos very soon for it as well.
Cool. So basically what we have here, we'll go over the quick adjuster first, because that's the thing that we actually sell. The other things are just provided for free with the purchase. The quick adjuster, what it does is it allows you to be able to adjust the cut speed. For those of you guys that have a Mec, especially if you live up north, you know, like being in a cold environment where you might start out in the morning and it's below freezing, your crane is gonna run like a slug. And I mean, I hear guys say like, oh, just turn your PTO on when you're stopped at red lights and stuff like that, but that's not, you know, that's not necessarily cycling your fluid. We have a solution for that, but nonetheless, when you first start running your crane, your fluid's gonna be cold and your saw is gonna be running super sluggish. And so you take the time, you have to unbolt this thing, take this whole cover off of here, you know, try not to let the groundman lose the bolts, right? And, you know, make an adjustment that requires a little tiny Allen head. So what we've done is we've made a quick access to this. Casey has designed a sticker, depending on whether you have a 160 or a 280. He's designed a sticker that goes onto the cover, and right, if you line it up with the tabs on the cover, where that hole ends up being on the sticker is right where you drill your, we do a 1/2 inch hole, is that correct?
Yes, sir, 1/2 inch.
So it's right where you drill your 1/2 inch hole, and that's gonna give you access in there to be able to reach in with a key that we send you with a little carabiner on it, so you can hang it off your, you know, if you wanna hang it off your crane somewhere or hang it off your controller, you know, whatever you're comfortable with, but that way you can keep track of it. Ultimately, it's just a 1/4 inch drive. The custom piece is inside. So if you lose this guy, it's not the end of the day. You can go get, you know, a 1/4 inch drive ratchet with an extension and still be able to adjust it without taking the cover off. So we try to make it pretty versatile, knowing that, you know, sometimes stuff gets left in the yard, right? So talk to me about, let's walk around the other side here, Casey, and talk to me about, you know, this thing that we designed here.
So essentially every single Mec-All has got the same exact valve adjustment inside of it. You're gonna have this blue knob here. On the very front's a cover. You take the cover off, and a Phillips head screwdriver. It's gonna come off. You got an Allen key on the side, and you're gonna loosen that Allen key. It pops right off afterwards.
Once you've taken that cover off of there, we have a new cover for it that fits that 1/4 inch drive. It's a little custom piece that we made to go on here, and that's what's going to allow you to adjust it from outside of the cover. And so when you're having to make these frequent adjustments due to temperature or whatever, instead of having to take this cover on and off, you're able to do it quickly from outside. So in this setting, you know, you're searching for a wrench, or you're rounding your bolt heads out, or you're losing them in the yard. And it's just a pain in the butt ultimately to do it that way. And so this thing saves a ton of time. It really helps you to understand what's going on, especially combined with the Mec check. You know, you don't have to wonder, is it running slow because I don't have enough power to my diverter? Is it, you know, what's going on? And you can really get this thing, you know, running the way that it should be in a matter of seconds instead of, you know, fighting the process. So absolutely. I definitely like this. Let's talk about the Mec check now that we're onto that subject.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Mec check, super simple. You get this adapter cable in. You're gonna take and grab this very first one. It's the same exact one on the 160 or 280. It's only got one plug going to it. You can see this one is a tilt function. This one here is a saw function. That's the best one we could actually take and use. You can use either of the two. It'll work just fine, but we recommend using the saw function just because it's one of the ones that you don't have to actually take and push, and it's not gonna tilt on you. It's not gonna drop the saw blade out on you. You can push it without it being under power.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know when you're running your Mec, if you want the saw to come out, you have to be squeezing your grapple. You have to be applying that pressure to bypass to operate the saw. And so what Casey's saying there is, like, if you simply hit the saw function without hitting the squeeze function, you're getting no action out of the grapple saw. So that's the safest way to do it. So we definitely recommend putting it on the diverter that operates the saw. And so the cool thing about this this voltage gauge that we have is, it's not constantly staying on, it's not drawing down power, it's just coming on momentarily to show you what you have without, you know, taking enough power to really draw your battery at all. And so once it's installed, it's a super simple setup. You got a plug that, you know, comes on and off if you're taking that door off. You don't have to, you know, ever unbolt or unscrew anything. Once it's on there, it's good to go, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and it has a quick connect also. If you ever wanted to, you can plug it straight up to your battery. If something ever happens before you're even taking and operating with your saw, you can
check the battery just on the cover.
We made it very universal as we could. That way everything's nice and simple at the end of the day.